The college basketball experience MAC conference preview for 2023-24 on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Underdog has just added Pick'em Scorchers, where you can win 100 times the amount of money you enter. That's right. Turn $5 into $500 in one game. Plus, every Sunday they're giving away $100,000. Use the promo code SGPN at Underdog Fantasy for 100% deposit bonus up to $500. We're also brought to you by Hall of Fame Bets, the sports betting research platform for parlays, player props, and game lines. Download the Hall of Fame Bets app or visit HOFBets.com. Use that promo code SGPN. You get 50% off your first month and start making smarter bets today, people. Plus, the NBA is back. And you know what that means? That means the NBA Gambling Podcast is back too. And to celebrate, we're giving away a NBA Gambling Podcast hoodie. Head over to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/NBA dog for all the details. Once again, that's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/NBA dog. And remember, as always, folks, too, let it ride.
What's up, everybody? This is Cameron Krog from Loyola Chicago Ramblers, and you're listening to SGPN. Let it ride. Shout out to the Broad Stop. Thank you, guys.
Yes. Woo! Welcome to the college basketball experience. MAC conference preview. When I was a kid in the 80s, they had this McDonald's commercial, to quote Cleo McDowell from Coming to America. McDonald's commercial that was like, Mac tonight. Well, that's what we're doing here. We're doing Mac tonight, baby. All right. I love this conference, whether it's football, whether it's basketball. I mean, honestly, Of never checked out the swim races, but I'm sure they're fucking fire in the Mac. I'm sure they're wacky. I'm sure you might have a couple of swimmers gouging eyes out, doing other crazy shit. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about, but we're going to talk about every single team in the MAC. If you're wondering who the hell you're listening to, my name is Colby Swigga Database Dan, a.k.a. Pick Dundee. That's not a pick. This is a pick.
He was raised in the land down under, where a man thinks on his feet, speaks with his fists, and lives by his wits.
When Dundee happened, he was a superstar.
I'm probably drinking too much and celebrating too much and not sleeping. Would have killed a normal man, but no, that's gone. The medical advice I got from that was like being hit by lightning. Pretend it never happened and get on with your life.
Oftentimes, I see stories online. Maybe I have a few friends that suffer from depression. And all I tell them is, I got a prescription for you. Have you heard of Maction? Yes! Maction, proven by over 7 million doctors in providing relief for depression. All right, get your bets in, folks. I am joined by my co-host. Give it up for former video coordinator for Bob Huggins and Frank Martin, host of the Big 12 Experience, which you should be subscribed to, host of the Ride and Rush Show, which you should be subscribed to, host of the NFL Gambling, just so many shows, NFL Gambling Podcast. Give it up for Money Line Mac, aka Ryan McIntyre. How you doing, brother?
What's up, man? I love this conference. Love me some action. I think we're talking about Maction hoops when Maction football is going to start here in a little bit. This get your product in these standalone windows, and people will navigate to you. That's why we call it Maction, and that's why we love this league.
Yes, we love this league, and look, sometimes I've been watching Maction since you know the connection looked like your connection currently. Are you guys getting that? Because I got to introduce the third guy here. Maybe it's my side. I'm not sure, but you definitely look like you're pulling a Patty C right now, and you are live from the caves of Afghanistan, where Bin Laden watched a shit ton of porn. Look, I am joined by third man in the booth. This is the guy behind the scenes that's always doing it. He's the host of the College Baseball Experience, and he's always writing things, got articles out. He's just writing shit down a nonstop. All right, give it up for the LeBaron driving, wood panel having, Noah Beanick. How you doing, brother?
What's going on, guys? Yeah, Max Wi-Fi connection there. It looked like we were streaming Maction football in the midweek during a snowy game.
Oh, yeah.
Are we going to get fined if we play Mac's theme song? I mean, it seems kind of fitting for tonight.
No. I will get fined. That kid, look, I'm down.
Return of the Mac.
Yeah, that's what I do now. Now I just sing and lose. I sing and lose followers nonstop. All right, and I'm completely content with it. So guys, here we are, and shout out to the whole chat. Once again, you can watch this video, youtube.com/the college experience. Yeah, I mean, shout out to the whole chat. Jump on in. I see chat members talking to other chat members, inviting them to college basketball games. That's the love I'm talking about. This must have been what John Lennon was talking about all those years ago. Anyway, guys, this is a loaded conference. Before we dive in, I want to say that I was looking up what year I started to get into Maction basketball. And I think it was like 93 or 94. But I have a special liking for this conference. Maybe it's the fact that they play those Friday games when the slate's not like, unbelievably fire. A lot of teams won't schedule Friday games. I've been a fan of this conference for a long time, whether it was Wally Zerbiak at Miami, Ohio, Gary Trent at Ohio. I remember Earl Boykin, and you can go one by one on some of the fun that's in this conference. Mac, where does the Mac sit in your realm of like favorite conferences? This is one of my favorites.
Yeah, definitely at the top of the mid-major leagues. I mean, you mentioned it. They've got great programs like Akron, Ohio, Kent State, Toledo, all that were juggernauts last year or have been juggernauts in the past. Buffalo's been really good. Teams that have gone to the big dance and even pulled an upset. And I love that it's a bus league. Everybody buses to one another. So it's regional rivalries. You got all those shitty Michigan schools that are god awful in the basement. But other than that, I mean, I love all these schools.
Yeah. Noah, what do you make? I know you hate all your Michigan schools there because they make you pay for a parking pass when 7 people are at the game. What do you make of the MAC, buddy?
Yeah, so this league is truly my backyard. I love the Horizon League. Nothing against the MAC, but the Horizon's kind of a little bit more spread out in the Great Lakes area. The MAC is really centralized, and you have the 3 shitty Michigan schools. You have all the Ohio schools. You got a couple Indiana, one in Northern Illinois, and then Buffalo, New York up there. But it's short travel for me to get to all of these schools, and I'm actually like my I guess little brother team of fandom is actually Oakland and not any of the 3 Michigan schools. I actually somewhat claim Toledo more than any of the 3 Michigan schools, just because Toledo's been more fun to watch. Kowalczyk's been built something there at Toledo. The other 3, it's been
NC Nick was at a Western Michigan game last year. In Kalamazoo, that's where Waldo's liquor pitchers became a thing.
Yeah. And also, I hope his wife doesn't take any offense to this, but of the people in my area that go to school in the state of Michigan, the business / partiers all go to Michigan State. The smart ones go to Michigan. The ones that don't quite go into Michigan State but have like aspirations of Michigan State, they go to Central. Eastern Michigan's the hood, and Western's just kind of out there. So that's the state of the Michigan like high D1 schools there.
Michigan Wolverines private school pussies, is that what you just said?
Pretty much.
They're not a private school. They're a very big public school.
They are a public school, but we voted them most likely to be private. All right.
No, that's probably Northern Michigan up there.
No. Jerry Glanville went to fucking Northern Michigan. All right, Jerry Glanville will punch you in your face. He's fucking 82 years old, driving 24-hour. He's doing 24. Dude, last time I interviewed Jerry Glanville, the legendary football coach, I shit you not. You can find this interview on YouTube probably. 79 years old. And I asked what he did last weekend. He was the only coach ever in the NFL to be a professional NASCAR driver while he was coaching the Atlanta Falcons. Fucking incredible. But I asked
the qualifications, the parameters there are quite tight.
Unfuckable, dude. And then I asked him at 79 what he's still doing, and I hadn't talked to him. I'd talked to him before, but I didn't think he was still driving. He was like, "No, I did a 24-hour race." He did a 24-hour race going fucking 200 miles an hour. I go, "What, dude? Northern Michigan."
Maniac.
The perfect Christmas gift for him would be to get him one of those virtual driving machines where he's like actually racing, but they can keep him in his house. If he's getting older and you don't want him behind the wheel anymore.
Dude, the older generation is just better than us. That's the only way. I'm like, dude, at 79 years old, I can't even do a fucking Seinfeld marathon, let alone, 79. I mean, I'm fucking 40. I can't even do this. I'm a man. I'm 40. All right, let's get into it, folks. Look, before we get into going team by team, I want to tell you that the MAC season preview is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Look, Underdog has just introduced Scorchers. Go 5 for 5 and pick up Scorchers and enjoy a spicy 100 times payout. And for a limited time, Underdog's extending their first deposit bonus up to $500. They're giving away $100,000 every Sunday. Unfucking believable. Yeah, 10 lucky players will win $10,000 each. So watch along, make picks, maybe make a little extra cash on Underdog's mobile app or website, underdogfantasy.com, when you sign up with the promo code SGPN. Underdog will double your first deposit up to $500. Yes, once again, Underdog Fantasy promo code SGPN. We're also brought to you by the NBA Underdog Contest. Yes, look, the NBA is back, and to celebrate, we're giving away an NBA Gambling Podcast hoodie. Head over to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/NBA Dog to submit a screenshot of you playing NBA Underdog, essentially, using our promo code SGPN, and one random winner will get a free NBA Gambling Podcast hoodie. Just go to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/NBA Dog. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/NBA Dog. All right, we are back on the college basketball experience, and I'm with you, Trevor. All right, that's where I stand on the National Basketball Association. But if you dig it, we have that contest for you. You won't catch me watching that shit. James Harden's already not happy. Another fucking team. Get
Bradley Beal's not playing.
Hey, there's like multiple guys that are sitting out opening night. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with this league?
Seriously, like that's one of the first nights that like all the fans are super excited. They're already bought all their tickets. They're ready to go opening night.
Product sucks.
My back is a little sore. I can't.
Hey, if you do like the NBA, that's why you go over to the NBA Gambling Podcast, because those guys, they got a hard job fucking handicapping all those fucking pussies.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I don't know who the fuck's going to sit out.
They should have a pussy meter for every player. Like, there's a decent shot he's not going to play. There's a new Spider-Man came out. I think he wants to go see that instead.
No, he wants to play that video game instead.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Let's talk about some real basketball, like the Akron Zips. All right, they were pretty good last year. 2 years ago, they made the NCAA tournament. Last year, 22-11, 13-5. No postseason, 22-11 in action play. It's disrespectful. But I mean, hey, Xavier Castanada's gone. He was a baller. Dog. He was a dog. They also lose Trendon Hankerson, John Grossi. Is it Gross or Grossi? Grossi, I think it is, right?
Gross.
John Gross. Okay. Yeah. Guess what? Sometimes in life you can get a nice second chance, because Ali was a fucking stud for him a couple years ago. He transferred to Butler. He got injured. He was wearing a fucking mask. Looked like Bill Laimbeer wearing that mask. Didn't work out at Butler with Thad Matta. So he transfers back to Akron. They still have Ali and Enrique Freeman, who's a stud. So those two, and then you might forget Greg Tribble. He's fucking been there a long time. So they got three vets that are familiar with the program They go out in the portal and adding Caleb Thornton coming in from another MAC school, Northern Illinois. He says, you know what? I'm out of DeKalb. I'm going to Akron.
Oh, if you're playing it for Northern Illinois, Akron, there's going to be quite a few of these in this conference.
Can't help myself. Just what are you doing? What are we doing here? They also brought in from Wichita State, Shama Scott. Interesting get there. They also have a couple veterans though that played. Sammy Hunter's a forward that played about 21 minutes a game a season ago. He's back. They seem super experienced, man. When you really think about Tribble, Ali, Freeman, and Hunter all back. Nate Johnson got 20 minutes a game a season ago. So I am buying into that. The transfers coming in and the freshmen coming in. We'll see. I know they're excited about Thornton. He played about 30 minutes a game. He's a 5th-year guy. That's one thing that jumps out to me too. Is they're like 6-man rotation, all seniors.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like them to be a serious contender to win the MAC. I'll tell you more about this team later. MAC, what are you doing with the MAC and Akron?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard not to like this team. You bring back Ali from your NCAA tournament team. Yes, they'll miss Xavier Castaneda, but he was banged up last year as well. And I mean, I love the front court. I love the experience. And what's not to like about John Gross? I know things didn't work out at Illinois, but I mean, he went to the Sweet 16 at Ohio U, the Bobcats, who was the rival of Akron, and then he comes over to the other side of the rivalry, and he's got them to the dance. I mean, he's Mr. Mac. He knows how to win this league. He knows how to get his teams better and better. And I mean, he's finished 4th or better every single year, including Ohio and Akron stints. This team is going to be right there to win another MAC championship.
I agree. I mean, I love Castaneda. He's gone. He was tough, man. He was fun to watch.
He was good.
But I still think they're going to be fine. Getting Ali back is huge. Noah, your thoughts on the Zips?
We're starting the MAC off with a bang because I think this is the best roster on paper too. Torvik has the Zips as the most experienced roster in the MAC, as 5 seniors are in the projected starting 5 that all played at least 24 minutes a season ago. And the front court of Ali and Enrique Freeman should be what I think is going to be the best in the MAC. The Zips, their point guard, Caleb Thornton, he comes in from the NIU Huskies. He's legit. He's a true playmaker, key piece that made NIU come out of the basement last season of the MAC. So he averaged over 5 dimes a game. I think if he can facilitate that ball down low to the 2 superstars in the front court, and Ali and Enrique Freeman, this team is going to be hard to beat night in and night out.
100%. They're good. They're going to be fun to watch again, man. They had UCLA on the ropes a couple of years ago in the tournament. I like that plus 350. I like that plus 350.
I screwed up. I didn't display the banner early enough. They were plus 350. Actually, not the betting favorite to win the conference. Gotta like it.
Well, let's talk about this next team because I am very intrigued to watch them. I thought they were ahead of schedule year 1. Talking about the Ball State Cardinals, Michael Lewis, year one, he walks into a scenario here, 20-12, 11-7, finished 4th in the MAC. They became, I think early in the season, I was eating complete shit, fading them. And then I started to take them and they became kind of, especially at home, wasn't it, Mac? Wasn't it at home that I feel like they were just kicking ass? They lose a lot of production. They do. There's no way to get around that. Losing Jerron Coleman, 14 points a game, Peyton Sparks, 13 points a game, Demarius Jacobs, 12 points a game, and Jalen Sellers, 13.5 points a game. I mean, you're talking about a serious amount of, if I had to guess there, I'd say about 60 points per game, give or take a little bit. Probably like 55. That's a lot of production to be missing. However, they still return a few guys that I think could be key players here. Mainly, I think the fact that Mickey Pearson, 5th-year senior, 25 minutes a game. I think he was dinged up, right? And then Micah Bell was a redshirt freshman. They got about 13 minutes a game. Also Bashir Jihad, who got about 17 minutes a game a season ago. They went out to the portal, and they brought in Ethan Britton Watts from BU, Boston University, the Terriers. Then a guy that I'm familiar with, I watched him because he played with LePepe. Jalen Anderson from Loyola Marymount. He was solid. He was a solid player for LMU. Then Davion Bailey. I would be lying if I told you I knew his game, but I know Damon Bailey, the former Indiana great. But Davion Bailey from Southeastern transfers in. I don't know enough about that. Also Mason Jones coming in as a freshman, and Joey Brown that they're excited about. Based on the roster, you got to think regression, but at the same time, can't you say that year 2 under Michael Lewis, they might know what he wants offensively, defensively, from a philosophical standpoint? They might be able to identify a little bit more with them than say year 1. I mean, I expect regression, but I don't think it might. Maybe not as much regression as people think. Mac, what do you make of this?
Yeah, another bald white guy that's a pretty good coach, like John Gross. I mean, Michael Lewis is a Mick Cronin guy, but you look at his stints before that. He spent time with Brad Stevens, Holtman, as well at Butler. I mean, he's got a good pedigree. He's from the state of Indiana. I think he fits Ball State pretty well. And I agree. They do lose a lot, but kind of like Mick Cronin seems, I kind of feel like they're going to overachieve here. Probably going to be a middle of the pack team, but yes, definitely going to look to back them as a dog, especially when they're at home at Ball State.
The California, what was the guy's name? Fuck, I'm fucking this up. The serial killer, I forget, like the I-5 killer in California. He was a bald guy. He just didn't find his calling. He could have coached basketball. I mean, fantastic.
Yeah, be a bald white guy.
Join the Mick Cronin tree.
Another bald white guy.
Yeah. Noah, what do you make of bald white guys coaching? Do you think this is a real thing? Like Danny DeVito should have been a coach as opposed to an actor. He probably would have killed it. Instead of doing just mediocre work in Twins, and it's always actually he's fucking fantastic, and It's Always Sunny. Anyway, Noah, what do you make of this team there in Muncie, Indiana?
So Ball State was they finished 4th in the MAC last year, 11-7 in conference play. They returned 21% of their minutes from last season. That's the second least in this conference, and they're also the second youngest roster in this conference. From that 4th place finish, I'm selling all stock that I have in the Ball State Cardinals basketball team this season. Michael Lewis, he could be a great coach, but not a single one of his guards returns from last season. This is a completely new backcourt. Yes, you do bring in a graduate senior in Ethan Britton Watts and a senior in Jalen Anderson. But then you got junior and Davion Bailey, who comes in from Southeastern. I'm assuming that's non-D1. And then it is all freshmen in this backcourt. The depth is not there. It's quite worrisome. And some unproven guys in the MAC. I think Jalen Anderson's going to be able to step up. He was efficient shooting last year. And same with Britton Watts. But there's got to be some rotation here. I'm not seeing it. So quite nervous about Ball State. I definitely think they're going to fall back a bit in the standings this year.
All right, let's jump on over and talk about the Bowling Green Falcons, who are hosting our Chicago State Cougars opening night. Go Cougs. No, look, brand new era. Todd Simon, brand new head coach. And they needed it. Things had gotten a little bit right. Michael Huger, things were going the wrong direction. So, they go out and get Todd Simon for what's the Thunderbirds? He was a Thunderbird there in Southern Utah.
He did a great job there.
He did. They were last season, Bowling Green, which Todd Simon was not affiliated with last year, 11-25 and 13, 9th in the MAC, but Southern Utah was very good. And they lose just like you would imagine with a new head coach. They lose a lot of production from a year ago. Caden Matheny is gone. Samari Curtis, Leon Ayers, Chandler Turner, all gone. That's a lot of production. I mean, I think that's all in all, it's about 48, 49 points a game gone. But he brings in one of his guys. Well, first off, returns a few. Sam Towns, a 6'9" senior. He's waited the course, man. He said, "Hey, I'm staying." Played about 19 minutes a game a season ago. He's back. Rashawn Agee, another forward, played about 18 minutes a game. He's back. Other than that, it's a brand new roster. Well, no, Anthony McComb. But yeah, this is a brand new team. But he brings in one of his guys, Jason Spurgeon. This guy, if you watched Southern Utah, he was a solid player for the Thunderbirds a year ago. 10 points a game, playing about 27.5 minutes a game. They're in the WAC. Then they brought in PJ Edwards from UCF, the very Golden Knights. Played about 6.5 minutes, 7 minutes games with UCF. Then some of the other ones. I think the big one here is DJ Smith coming in from Darrell Walker and Little Rock. 30 minutes a game there at Little Rock, 10 points a game. You know, I know it's a big step up in competition because Little Rock had been struggling there, but that's a nice get, I think. And then Trey Thomas coming in from Jerry Stackhouse and Vanderbilt, played about 23 minutes a game with Stackhouse and company. And then they brought in Deshaun Phillip from Maryland Eastern Shore, who actually had moments. I remember taking Eastern Shore to beat with the points against Temple. I didn't think they would beat him outright. I think they beat him outright. Anyway, I think this team, I don't know. It's year one. I'm going to say they're going up. They're going to win more than 11 games. They will finish better than 9th in the MAC this year. I am optimistic that the Falcons will be a little chippier than they were a year ago. Mac, your thoughts on Bowling Green?
Yeah, they never could get over the hump with Michael Huger. He had some talented teams there at Bowling Green, but it felt like they always underachieved. Now comes in Todd Simon. Like you said, he did a great job at Southern Utah. He took that team that was a complete dumpster fire, and they were a top team in the WAC that was really, really an underrated league last year. I think it's going to take a year. I could see them being in the middle of the pack, but I like what they're building here with Todd Simon long term.
Yeah. Yeah. Noah, you were mentioning how Bowling Green is the heart of college basketball to you. And you cannot wait. You cannot wait to watch Chicago State Bowling Green opening night.
Where Chicago State's going to hit it on the money line. Yeah, I'm excited. This team, though, like a lot of new pieces got to gel together. I think throughout the season, though, they could be all right. 4 seniors and a junior in the projected starting 5. Lots of new pieces, like I mentioned. They bring back the least amount of minutes last year. That shouldn't really be a surprise. However, what it is a surprise, they're the second oldest team, second most experienced team in the MAC. And you see that right away in the starting 5. And Spurgeon coming over from Southern Utah knows the system. I think he's going to do quite well. I want to see how this team plays throughout the year. But I think if we're talking about two teams that so far between Ball State and Bowling Green, I'm rather buying stock in Bowling Green, thinking that they climb a few spots in the standings this season and probably finish a little bit better than Ball State, in my opinion.
I think I might agree with that assessment. Kolb in the chat says, I hate college basketball so much, but I always end up desperate at the end of the week chasing down on college basketball. So I might as well watch. Maybe this isn't the right place for you. We love college hoops, but I mean, maybe it is. We're not going to, if you want to listen, that's your choice. College basketball is amazing, buddy. All right.
Probably has a good name. I mean, your name's Colby. His name's Kolb. Probably should be Colby.
Best sport out there, baby.
Yeah. I mean, it is to me the best postseason in all the sports.
100%.
And I think the most underrated regular season in all the sports. How about that? But yeah, I appreciate you either way, Kolb. Check us out. Yeah. Yeah. Let's continue on this journey as we jump over to the next school in the MAC. Oh man, for a couple of years there, this team was, even last year, I'll be honest, the Buffalo Bulls, I know they were 15-17 and 9-9 in the conference, but when you watch them, they still had a couple guys that were super athletic. You're like, how the fuck are they losing all these games? Yeah. Now they bring in a brand new head coach because there's just things weren't working out previously, and they bring in George Hokovich, if I can pronounce that correctly. They lose a shit ton of players, as you would imagine. Brand new head coach kind of happens these days. Curtis Jones gone. Yazid Powell gone. LaQuill Hardnett gone. Isaiah Jack gone. Contrell Blocker gone. But there is a few shining spots. Isaiah Adams, who played about 30 minutes a game at the guard spot, back. And also Javonna Smith, who got about 18 minutes or so a season ago. He's back as well. And Kanye Jones, guy did play 6 minutes a game. But damn, if they don't believe in the transfer portal. They said, hey, you know what? Let's just get every freshman. Let's go get 5 freshmen. All right.
Not much bench.
Yeah. I mean, they do have James Graham from Missouri State, who's waiting on a waiver to come, but I'm on the fade train with Buffalo this year. I think give it a year or two, but I'm on the fade train with the Bulls. Mac, your thoughts on running with the Bulls?
Yeah, definitely going to be a fade early because George Halkovich, he's a Villanova guy. So that's why they don't really believe in the portal. They want to build that roster up with the young kids, establish their culture in year number 1. This is going to be a team that we're going to back, though, as a dog in February. I think they're going to get better and better, like all the Villanova culture teams. We saw it with Fordham with Kyle Neptune in year number 1. I mean, yeah, this is a team that'll get better and better, but struggles early.
What if this turns into like a Nova transfer portal feeder team? Because I mean, he knows the recruiting grounds.
Yeah, it could be.
He knows the recruiting grounds. Buffalo's not too far from Philly.
Yep.
I mean, I hope. I don't understand why Buffalo's not like really good in both basketball and football. You have that whole town. They have a good fan base in the city of Buffalo. I'm saying, like, I think they want to root for sports, whether it's the Sabres, whether it's the Bills. It might be a little pro townish right now, but I've always said,
well, they don't have a pro basketball team.
Yeah, the Braves left a long time ago, and I just think like if they can get their shit together as a university, football and basketball, there's no reason why they can't fucking sell things out. They got to just invest. They got to go in, invest. They were nasty a couple of years ago making the NCAA tournament. Didn't they knock off Arizona? Or they knocked off somebody. Maybe they're not Arizona State.
Nate Oates beat the shit out of Bobby Hurley's Arizona State.
That's right.
But Bobby Hurley
Okay.
was at Buffalo, who he almost got a tournament win, but you know the Mountaineers had to bounce the old Bulls out of the tournament in the first round.
There you go. Tough.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, look, I'm excited to watch the future there. With the Buffalo Bulls, as always.
They're down in the mud with my Michigan teams. You're breaking in a brand new point guard, a brand new center that averaged 6 and 3 minutes a game a season ago. This might be a rough year.
Speaking of those Michigan teams, Central Michigan, the Chips, fire up Chips. Tony Barbee, entering his 3rd season. You know what's crazy is they went 10-21 last year, 5-13. But I watched a game. I want to say they were taking on Eastern, and that stadium was fucking packed and rocking. I don't know if it was homecoming night.
I think it was Western because they do it like a toilet paper ceremony where they all throw it onto the court early on. It's Western. That's the big rivalry game each year.
We need to make a note of that this year. So back to that game.
I think you guys were on it last year, to be honest.
Well, my point is though, is if they get that type of turnout, why can't they build a winner here at the McGurk? Because I mean, I was completely impressed for a team that had been kind of shitty, and they got the son of Dan Marley on this team, Max Marley. He's back as a freshman. He played in 22 minutes a game. Feed this guy the rock. I don't even care. That's a great storyline for me to check this out. Thunder Dan, remember he's a CMU grad. They also have Brian Taylor back, who played 36 minutes a game. Relax, folks. College basketball only offers 40 minutes. This motherfucker's played 36 and a half minutes. All right, and he's back. He's their whole team apparently. But now you got Max and Max. I'm sorry, you got Brian Taylor back and Max Marley.
I think he was the one that threw the first roll too. I think they honored him with the heritage in the program.
Well, Max Marley there used to be a Marley's restaurant. I don't know if they might be gone. There was like a sports bar franchise throughout Arizona that was Marley's. I might have gotten intoxicated at a few of them over the years. So shout out to those if those are still out there. They also bring back Marcus Harding, who played 21.5 minutes a year ago. I like bringing back those three guys, man. But after that, they got nobody. Everyone else is Anthony Pritchard comes in the portal from the Tulsa Golden Hurricane. Paul McMillan comes in from NJIT, the Highlanders. They also brought in Derek Butler from Chipotle. They also brought in Jamel Davis from Florida Southwestern. They brought in Caden Vasco from Bosco. They brought in a Canadian guy, Shadon Simpson.
Just wait till Colby views the screen.
Who did the Chips upset last December?
Oh, you filthy.
Fucking Rob.
Yeah.
Hey,
we were on them that night too. We were on the
I
Chips.
said it during the Big Ten show. I mean, dude, the whole beginning of the year, they almost lost the Eastern too. So
yeah.
I love it. Even though I lost. But KJ Adore comes in from Southern Idaho. I mean, I got no idea if these guys are good. Southern Idaho, believe it or not, we dive deep. We need to get some more eyes on Southern Idaho basketball. Apparently,
PCE needs some JUCO scouts.
You put that shit on TV, I'll watch it. Come on, give us a line. Put that shit on TV. We're buying in, folks. I think this team, though, I'm going to make this a bold prediction. They're better than what they were a year ago. All right. This team is on the way up. They got a look. Sometimes all you got to do is get a Marley. You get
beating Michigan this year. How are they going to be better than they were last year?
Oh, stop it! All right. Nobody walks into the McGurk and gets a dub. What do you make of this team, Mac?
I mean, I guess if they're better, they could go 11-20 because they were 10-21 last year, 7-23 the first year. I love to fade Calipari assistants. I don't think Calipari's that good a coach, and this is one of his disciples. And hey, you don't have all those 5 stars anymore at Central Michigan. So, I mean, it's hard to make a case. I kind of think this job is going to be open after this year. Tony Barbie's on the hot seat already in his 3rd year. I don't see how they get out of the bottom half of this league. This is a bad team.
Now we got a problem.
Noah, you were mentioning how you thought that Marley coming back for his sophomore year and not going to play pro ball in Puerto Rico was a win for the program.
It probably was, but I don't think this program's going to have many wins this season. I mean, I don't think they're calling for Barbie's head. I don't think he's going to be gone after this year per se. Just because I don't know what the expectations are for this program currently. They've
not
been
finished last 3 straight years.
Yeah, they've been down in the dumps for quite a bit. And I'll say this too. I forget what I was. Oh, the point guard, Anthony Pritchard, not related to Peyton Pritchard. So hopefully you wished it was kind of a bloodline connection there for the sake of this team, but no, this team doesn't have any bench either. And I'm kind of forgetting what else I was going to say for this team, but yeah. Oh, this is what I was going to say. Somehow they don't have the longest odds to win the MAC this year. I would like to place a bet that they come in last in the MAC.
Ooh,
because I actually think there's a team that's expected to finish lower that'll finish above them. Hint, hint. It's another Michigan team.
I was going to say it's definitely another Michigan school because those teams suck.
Well, let's jump over and talk about Eastern because you're disrespecting Stan Heath, former Tom Izzo assistant. He's a boy. He's from Detroit Catholic Central High School. All right. You just got to fade him. He's just getting the program. Look, and I lost a shit ton of money. I mean, I lost a solid.
Rob called you out for that too at
Yeah.
the beginning of the show. He was like, "Please, Colby, just I'm trying to find this comment."
Well, you know what it was I had lost probably a couple grand on Eastern Michigan, and I wrote them one more time, and they fucking won. And then I was like, I'm back. And then I went back into betting them heavy. And then I lost a bunch more, probably a couple $1,000 more on Eastern Michigan. And well, here we are. It's a brand new year. They lose. Noah Farrakhan. He goes to West Virginia, so nothing like giving a mush, to Morgantown. But Amani Bates is also gone, and is gone. But it's weird. Those guys averaged together 31 points, 10 boards. And may I make the case of addition by subtraction? Something wasn't right because they were super talented and they just could not get it going. And you look at the
Rob
returning.
says betting EMU is like hitting green on a roulette wheel.
I agree.
Yeah. No, but look, I'm buying in this year. Look, listen to this. Listen to this returning production coming back. Well, I think the big thing you want is your guard play. Tyson Acuff is back 34 minutes a game a season ago. God damn it, that's a lot of experience. All right. Orlando Lovejoy back 22 minutes a game at the guard spot. Kevin David Rice back 15 minutes at the other guard spot. Legend Geeter, maybe the greatest fucking
Jeter.
name. Is it Jeter? What did I say?
Jeter.
What did I say?
I think you said Geeter, but still,
Okay.
It could be Geeter, but I'm pretty sure I watched a couple of games where they said Jeter.
Either way, he eats ass. And Jalen Billingsley, right? Jalen Billingsley is a guy that got 18 minutes a game. You're talking about 5 guys that played over double-digit minutes a game a season ago. Oh, then they have Yusuf Jihad, who 12 and a half minutes a game a season ago. And they hit the portal. They go to the golf course. All right. They grab John McGriff coming in. McGriff only played about 19 and a half minutes there at Binghamton. They also brought in Cyril. Oh man. Martinov from Georgia Tech and Josh Pastner and Connor Servin from Illinois, the Fighting Illini. I mean, why should we not sprinkle a little bit on that 20-1 on EMU? Mac?
I'm kind of with you in terms of they're going to be better than last year in terms of addition by subtraction. Whether you want to think it was Farrakhan or Amani Bates, I don't know how Amani Bates got drafted. Did they not watch the college basketball season last year? I don't see how you can spend a draft pick on that guy. Stan Heath, I mean, he was at South Florida. The first 2 years were rough. Year 3, they took a jump. I kind of like them to be in the middle of the pack. I kind of like them as a surprise team the year after the hype. Bring back they're older, and they got rid of all the distractions. I'll say middle of the pack. Let's go, Eastern Michigan.
Sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit.
This is the year, buddy.
Oh yeah, they might win it. 20-1.
Let's sprinkle a little bit on that. No, Noah, you're buying in. You're right there in Ypsilanti. You've been there. I'm assuming, the LeBaron has been parked outside of the joint. How many trips to EMU have you made in your life?
I played more baseball there than watching basketball games. I'll say that. I've probably been there.
Well, tomorrow's a new day. I've
probably been there quite a bit, to be honest, more than I'd like. Because I mean, the kid coming over from the golf course, he's not a private school pussy white kid. I don't know if he is or not, but he'll get used to Ypsilanti real quick if he's not. But I'll say this.
Gobble gobble.
We were talking about this team in specific pre-show, and I kind of feel I feel the exact same way about you guys. But to play devil's advocate, to answer the question that you asked, Mac, the reason why we don't back this team is because last year's team had much more talent, and Stan Neath couldn't win with them.
We see that though sometimes where
Talent,
Yeah.
talent.
yeah.
And I'm getting into that because Eastern Michigan.
Sorry.
Because I mean, Eastern Michigan, they lose a couple of me's. I'm going to say this politically correct. They lose a couple of me's from last year's team, which may make the we better as a conglomerate, right? I mean, if you know what I mean. Monty Bates, Noah Farrakhan were the two faces of this program, the stat stuffers on offense. My intuition tells me that the Eagles, they might miss their scoring outbursts where they stuff the stat sheet with 30 points a game, but you know, they might be better off without those two. 2023's team, it's Tyson Acuff's team. He played 34 minutes a game last season. He steps into the point guard role and will have to create more of his own shot.
Nick hates that thing.
That's the eagle. That's the eagle soaring, man.
Nick hates that sound. So play it while you can, because I mean, he's not gonna let
Okay, continue. I'm sorry.
No,
I'm getting
you're
carried
good.
away. It's the whiskey talking.
The thing with the cuff is, like, he was a really good scorer last year, but he wasn't the main ball handler. And he's going to have to play the point guard this year where he's not as much of a catch and shoot guard. So his game's going to have to change a little bit, but the surrounding pieces around a cuff, they understood their roles last year. And I look for Orlando Lovejoy and Legend Jeter, who definitely caught my eye last year. I think both of those guys with expanding roles could take a step forward, and this team's going to be better than people think, I think.
I hear there's rumors on the internets.
Do we sprinkle, Mac? I think we should sprinkle.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah.
No,
Let's go.
Mac,
No. Conference
Let's
tournament.
go.
Conference
Let's
tournament.
go.
No,
Let's
I
go.
actually have a
All
conference
right.
tournament team that I like winning. I have a good angle for that.
Colby, are they the third best team in the state of Michigan behind Sparty and Greg Campy's Oakland Grizzlies?
I think so. I think Heath in year 3 puts him over Howard.
Detroit might be better than Eastern Michigan.
Oh God.
He's a big, Noah defends the Horizon League like you're talking shit about his sister. You know what I mean? Like he's liable to punch you in the face. You say a bad thing about the Horizon. Let's jump over and talk about Kent State. Oh man, this was a fun ass team to watch last year. Rob Senderoff is back, and he's a stud. 28-7 a year ago, 15-3 in the MAC, and this was the team, man. This we won cash. I picked them to win the MAC tournament, and man, they were a fun fucking team to watch. But they lose key pieces, perhaps the heart of the team. Sincere Carey gone, Malik Jacobs gone, Thomas gone, but they add in Reggie Bass fishing from Central Michigan. Fire up Chips. He dips out. Well, we got something here for you. All right. You're just going to bounce from one MAC school to the other. All right. In my day, that was called, just selling your soul a little bit there, unless they're giving you some NIL stuff. Where the hell is my
that 90 track soundboard over there?
You just telling me you're just going to walk on over to Kent, Ohio, and just think that we're just going to ignore that? Nope. But Reggie Bass is good. As a freshman, he played 31 minutes a game, 12 points a game. He's very good. That's a nice get. They also got Giovanni Santiago. All right. And look, he's been in college for 75 years. So that is a nice backcourt to have if Bass works out the way that we think, despite them losing Carey. They also brought in Taim Freeman from UCF. This is a nice get, I think. Played double-digit minutes with Johnny Dawkins and company down there in Orlando. They also they bring back Von Cameron Davis, played about 21.5 minutes a season ago. And the rest, they have some other guys, Jalen Sullinger, Chris Payton, Hornbeak. I'm sorry, not Hornibrook. All back. I'm just going to make getting Bass was kind of huge. I'm going to say they're going to contend still. Mac, your thoughts on the Golden Flashes? I think they're going to be a top 5 team. They're going to contend once again.
Yeah, I'll go a step further. I think they'll be top 3. This is Rob Senderoff. He's finishing the top 4 every year, basically since 2013. That's what he does there. And Kent State, it's next man up. Yes, don't miss Sincere Carey, but I mean, Bass is good. Santiago's good. I think that they won't miss a beat. I think that they won't be quite as good as last year, but you got to trust the culture of this program. They're used to winning. They've won 20+ games 4 out of the last 5 years, with the only year being the shortened COVID year. I mean, I'm going to continue to back this program.
Yeah, I buy into it. Noah, you said you're a Toledo guy, so geez, I can't talk. You hate Kent State.
Yeah, but I think you got to back the culture of this program. I mean, they bring back quite a bit of experience, 4th most experience in the MAC, and the starting 5 shows it. I mean, you got 2 seniors, 2 juniors, and a kid that was a freshman last year in the MAC and lit it up with Central Michigan. I mean, he was the star on a really bad team. Now he comes in, he's going to step in, and I think he'll do just fine here with Kent State. The thing for me is I think it's an easy top 4 team. I think there's 4 teams in the MAC each and every year for the past half decade. Akron, Toledo, Ohio, Kent State. Those are the top 4. And however which way you have them falling, I don't think you can really argue maybe outside of the number 1 team, but 2 through 4, I think is anybody's game.
Interesting. Let's talk a little Red Hawk basketball here, because Travis Lexington Steele came in year 1, 12-20, 6-12, 8th in the MAC. The former Xavier Musketeer head coach. They lose a couple guys. Kamari Williams gone. Makai Larry gone. Those guys combined for about 24 points a game. Will the Millet Hall be rocking with Steele in year 2? They went out to the portal to bring in a couple guys. Bradley Dean coming over from UVA Wise there in Virginia. Not UVA Wise. They're a little bit smarter. Then you got Darweshi Hunter coming in from Northern Illinois. Northern Illinois, they're a team that they're also located in the MAC, and we have a protocol here on the College Basketball Experience to pretty much voice our opinion on going within conference. Short of like short of nothing. Let's just let's fire it away. All right. They do return some major minutes from a year ago, right? Ryan Mabray is back 28 minutes a game a season ago, 8 points per game at the guard spot. Julian Lewis, also another guy, 22.5 minutes a game at the wing. And then Morgan Safford, 35 minutes a game. Safford lights it up for them, 15.5 points per game. And the big man, Anderson Marabou, 26 minutes a game a season ago. You got to like that. And then when you add in that UVA Wise transfer, I think their season's that's going to be a big thing to watch, is if he can you're going up from like D2 to D1. I know you lit it up there at UVA Wise, but things are a little different in the MAC, baby. But I think that could be a huge get there. They got a couple the bench seems like a little bit of a question mark to me, but you got to think year 2. I know he said these things are bigger, they're stronger this year. And he thinks they're a more athletic, better rebounding team this year. I'll say they'll be better than 8th in the MAC, but I still don't think this is a contender. What do you think of the Red Hawks, Mac?
Yeah, I don't think that they'll push those top 4 that Noah was talking about earlier, but they could push for that 5th spot. I think the Red Hawks year 2 of the Lexington Steele era, I think they're going to be better and better. They got the experience last year. It's sometimes hard, man. In year 1, you get a bunch of new guys, and it takes a minute to mesh. They were better in February. So, yeah, I kind of buy into the Red Hawks taking a step and being a little bit over 500 in league play.
Yeah. Noah, you were saying before that
you can't win
at Miami. What do you make of this Red Hawk team?
I think it's the top half of the MAC team, and I think the reason for that is this front court's going to be one of the better ones in the MAC. You have Akron, who's going to be the slam dunk best, but there's two seniors here in the front court, and Morgan Safford and Anderson Marambo. Both of them played at least 25 minutes a game last year. Both of them.
Nothing is over.
You say Rambo?
Nothing.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
That's what I said. I mean, if you're pronouncing it the French way, that EAUX is O. So you had Safford, who averaged 15 points a game. Marambo, who averaged 14 points a game, both of them close to 6 boards a game. And this is going to be a really good front court. And I think that leads them to some more wins than are expected for this team this year.
Well, I think we see eye to eye there. We got to fucking power through some of these teams. We got a few left here as we jump over to the Illini of Northern Illini, the Huskies. Look, in DeKalb and Rashawn Burno's third season, they were 13-19 overall, 9-9 in conference. But you know, as we alluded to, they lost a couple guys right up the road. Darweshi Hunter bounces, Caleb Thornton bounces, Anthony Crump bounces. Two of those guys jump into other MAC schools. Disgusting, right? But they return a shit ton of minutes, man. Keyshawn Williams is back 33 minutes a game a season ago. This backcourt, David Coit, all right, between Coit and Williams in the backcourt, they return about almost 70 minutes per game and 33 points per game. I mean, that you got to be excited if you're an NIU fan. Also, Zarik Nutter, great name. Noah, I know you and your LeBaron. You've had a few nutters in the LeBaron.
Yeah, we know what Nutter does in his free time.
Yeah, and Harvin Bargwin, senior, played about 21 minutes a game. They also have Xavier Amos on the bench, who's played some solid minutes. Same with Zion Russell. I think we might have ourselves a sleeper.
This
is the Kalb.
Yeah,
right?
This is the sleeper team that I took note of.
Well, they went out in the portal and got Ethan Butler from the Ducks. Quack. And then Philman Jebrit from DePaul. And
that was a good kid. He was good at DePaul.
And Quarren McPherson from the Cornhuskers. I'm buying in, man. I am buying in that we have a top 5 team in the MAC in DeKalb. MAC, what do you make of this team?
Yeah, Rashawn Burno, year number 3. They bring back a bunch. Finished 9-9 last year. Year 1 of that era. I mean, they finished 6-14, so took a step. It's hard not to think that they won't take a step. I don't think they're as good as the top 4 teams. I know that Noah likes them as a sleeper. I'll still go middle of the pack, though. I hate their court.
That's your analysis. You can't win. Even when you're the home team, it's distracting, and you lose games you shouldn't win. And look, that makes a lot of sense. Maybe you're right.
Talented though.
Yeah, no, I think they're going to be solid. I think they're going to be solid. I'm buying into B-Nick's talk here. Noah, why are we taking a future on NIU to win the MAC?
Well, first off, I have a Dundeeism that I think Colby should use throughout the year. Head coach Rashawn Burno. I think the backcourt's going to be fire burning on the dance floor inside the Convocation Center.
Oh,
because I mean,
filthy court.
David Colt, 35 minutes a game last year, 15.5 points. Keyshawn Williams, 33 minutes last year, 18 points. Holy shit!
Wait a second.
Illinois.
Look, I am constantly doing work. I know people don't think that, but I'm constantly involved with basketball and football, and they got a new court, Mac. I remember commenting on this a couple weeks ago, saying, "Thank God they have a brand new court, and it actually looks normal."
Oh, they might be upgraded.
That's what I'm saying. So you can reverse, buy in. I did this. Search the Twitters. All right.
Yeah.
They got a new court.
NIU Convocation Center.
Yeah, they got a new court, buddy.
Yes.
And that, you know what that means?
Nice.
That means wins are coming. All right. That means wins are coming there with the Huskies.
Hold on, I'm pulling up a picture. Tune in on YouTube. This thing kind of nice.
It's easy to see a tide turn.
Let's go.
Can't find this goddamn thing.
Noah?
I'm pulling it up. It's coming up
Okay.
right now. There you go, guys.
No. They did a tweet where they actually showed the new layout. They didn't show
shit.
They didn't show humans in there. You got go to the X app and telling you. Should I search for you? I'm telling you, it's real.
You wanted to go to the next team. Is it literally called the Convocation Center? Is that still the name? Is that
I don't
the
know.
name?
Just type in Northern Illinois basketball. Just go to their
Okay.
basketball page because I
right.
commented on it too. I commented saying, see,
All right.
that's what I'm talking about. You think I'm just this idiot hosting? Look, I'm an idiot in a lot of realms of life,
I
but
do
I know
see
what the
it. I
fuck.
see it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's clean. It looks like basketball.
Yeah, we're
Not
back.
fucking-
We're back,
not
baby.
not fucking Tetris.
That's what I'm saying. We're back. So, Mac, what I'm saying is,
Tetris.
I think it's time. I think it's time that we play NIU and we
Smashed!
that 20-1.
I can't take him. I can't take him over
I
these
don't-
other top
yeah,
teams.
I don't think they cracked that top 4, but they're a sleeper team to get up there.
Well. I like having a couple cowards on the show with me. All right, let's talk about these Ohio Bobcats. All right. But before we do that, let's, remind the good people out there that the college basketball experience is brought to you by Hall of Fame Bets. Win bigger by betting smarter this NFL season with Hall of Fame Bets, the sports betting analytics platform for parlays, player props, and game lines. Research every NFL, NBA, MLB, and soccer bet with historical stats and data. Stop betting in the dark and join over 30,000 users researching with Hall of Fame Bets to craft more intelligent, data-driven parlays. Download the Hall of Fame Bets app or visit hofbets.com. Use that promo code SGPN to get 50% off your first month today. Start researching. Start winning with Hall of Fame Bets. All right, we're back talking Maction. Shout out to Chad G. And the whole chat. The whole chat's kicking ass over there.
I mean,
youtube.com/the college experience. What's up? That's not what I saw, dude. Mac didn't see that. That's not it. It's not it. Incorrect. That's last season. Misfire. All right.
Now we got a problem.
All right. Look, let's talk about this next team because I'm telling you, that's not it, Noah. Still there? Noah. What the fuck is going on here? Noah.
My Wi-Fi cut out. Hello?
I hear you.
Yeah. Jeez. What the hell's going on over here?
What was that?
You got Michigan. They don't got fucking drinkable water. Your internet's questionable. All
Yeah,
right.
move that
Max internet the first 5 minutes was bad too.
Yeah, and I made an
Don't
adjustment.
blame
I
us
went
on
to the
Michigan.
hotspot, baby.
I'm doing
I'm
a
on
fucking
Ethernet.
show
I don't
over
know what
here
the
with a
fuck
couple
happened.
squares. God damn. What hat is that? What hat is that
At
you're
least-
wearing right there?
Mine?
Yeah.
CCM. It's a hockey brand. What hat's your hat? It's the DX hat. I know it.
Yeah.
Your
it
navy
is.
blue hat. You're just wearing it backwards today.
That's what I do. Oh, I like to show off my receding hairline. Fuck you. All right. Let's go. All right. Look, I'm excited to talk about this Ohio Bobcat team. Jeff Bowles, he's a fucking winner in my book. 19-14 a season ago, 10-5 in the MAC. Down season, but boy, I think they are reloading there. And if you look at Miles Brown back for his 5th season, look, I understand they lose Dwight Wilson, they lose Ben Roderick, Devon Baker, all key players, but I like them bringing back Miles Brown. I like them bringing back Jalen Hunter. The backcourt should be elite, in my opinion. Then you add in the return of AJ Brown, who was a freshman that I thought popped a year ago, 10 points a game as a fresh. And then AJ Clayton is back as well, and going out in the portal and getting Sharif Mitchell from the Creighton Blue Jays, Michael Crichton's bunch. And then Ike Cornish from the Maryland Terrapins, adding some much needed depth. I'm just going to go ahead and say it. Everyone's talking Akron. I think they should be talking Ohio. Mac, your thoughts on the Bobcats?
Yeah, last year was a kind of rare down year, and they still found a way to finish in 5th and with a winning record. They were banged up with injuries. They even had the virus that went through their team before the conference tournament.
Herpes,
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
I'm joking.
I'm a big Jeff Bowles guy because he's an Ohio guy. He loves that state. He was with Thad Matta at Ohio State. He was at Akron before that as an assistant as well. Like you said, everybody's talking Akron up. It might be the rival, the Ohio Bobcats out of Athens, that might pick off this league outright. Stay tuned. I haven't decided who I'm picking yet, but I like this Bobcats team. Bounce back year.
Noah, your thoughts?
By everyone, I think they're both directing it towards me because I was high on Akron. But I'll say this: like, this team brings back a lot. You have to like the continuity here. They're a very good shooting team too. The entire backcourt: Jalen Hunter 41% from three, Miles Brown 44.7%, and Elmore James 40.5%. And they're a good defensive team too. All around, this is a great program, and they're going to be in the mix to win it for sure.
I'm telling you, I actually think I might favor them.
Honestly, it's not a bad bet because plus 500, they are the fourth. They're fourth in odds to win the conference.
It's just the backcourt too, man. You want to get
it is.
Yeah, I mean, I think you should sprinkle that. All right, let's jump over and talk about the Rockets. Toledo, the Rockets. Look, they were great last year. They made the NIT. It was a disappointing end of the season, but man, they were a good team. They were this is what it breaks your heart about the NCAA tournament. Is like,
yeah.
And look, if you're going to expand to 96, Greg Sankey, I want fucking Toledo in instead of fucking 16 and 16 South Carolina or some shit like that. All right. Look, we're happy with where it is at 68, but I'm saying if we're forced to have this 96 team tournament, which they keep speculating, we don't want the 16 and 16 or the 15 and 17 or the 17 and 16 Vanderbilt. We want the 27 and 8 Toledo Rockets. The fuck out of here. They lose Ray J. Dennis though. He was a stud. They also lose Cedric Milner. Both those guys were, really, they lose their three just ballers, and Shoemate as well. That's a lot of production to lose, man. I don't know. I feel like that they got, it's a tall order to be as good as they were a year ago. They still have Dante Maddox, who was a stud for them. I also think Tyler Cochran's going to have a big season. Raheem Moss flashed a little bit, played major minutes. They're going to count on those three, but the depth you worry about. The point guard spot you worry about. Another counting on freshman Sonny Wilson out of Detroit, but I don't know. I'm going to fade the Toledo Rockets a little bit there. It's called Kolowaski Tires there. Enters year 14 there in Toledo. Mac, your thoughts on the Rockets?
Yeah, you mentioned it. Kolowaski. He's won the MAC regular season 3 straight years, 3 straight NIT appearances. They have just not been able to get over the hump. I mean, they're going to take a step back, but you got to believe in another team with the culture of this program that they'll find a way to still stay in the top 4. But I don't think they're going to win a 4th straight regular season in 6 out of 7.
Yeah.
The division though, the previous 2 before they won 3 in a row, but it was division titles. I think the MAC.
Yeah, they have the split divisions, right?
And 18 and 19 they won the divisions. In 21, 22, 23 they just won the regular season.
Yeah, but
the whole thing. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Noah, your thoughts on the Rockets?
So Kowalczyk has built Toledo into a force, and the Rockets, they've been competing for MAC titles every year lately. Mac mentioned it, 3 titles in a row in the regular season. This year, it'll take one of his best recent coaching jobs to get the Rockets to the top of the standings once again. They lose 3 15-point per game scorers from a season ago, and Ray J, Milner, and Shoemate. But the projected starting 5 still contains 4 upperclassmen that averaged 23 minutes a game or more last season. The X factor this year is going to be Jamarian Sonny Wilson, who he's a freshman coming in from my neck of the woods, Detroit Jesuit, which is a great high school program in my area. Dante Maddox is going to be the best player on this Rockets team, but they will go as far as Wilson can take them. Hopefully his game translates quickly. Out of the 4 for the regular season that we keep mentioning at the top here, the ceiling of the MAC, I have them 4th.
Wow. Okay. Well, we got one more team that I think you have in 3rd, and that is the Broncos of Western Michigan. Shout out to Waldo's and their liquor pitchers. NC Nick was at University Arena a season ago. Check it out. The Wayne Stevens in his first season. Look, 8-23, tough first season, but I think there were signs of life. Despite their 4-14 conference record, they lose Lamar Norman, who was very good for them. Same with Trey Maddox. They have and they lost, by the way, Marquise Hastings, who was a great rebounder for them. But they have a couple guys that I think you should be excited about that are returning. Mainly Titus Wright, the big man, 6'8" center for the Broncos there, but also Javon Hanna and Seth Hubbard. All together, those guys all average over 20 minutes a game. And then they also bring back Jefferson Monegro, who also just got about 20 minutes a game as a freshman. He's on the bench. I'm telling you, I think that bringing back that production and then going out in the portal and getting a few guys, Anthony Crump from Northern Illinois that we alluded to, fucking. Where the hell is my? I mean, I can't. I just where the hell is I don't know where the sound drop is, but you know what I want to do here. This is just it's tough. But Beardus White is a guy that I think that fans should want to know. At the point spot, this is a guy that the last time he stepped on the hardwood did play some solid minutes. They also brought in Javonte Brown from Texas A&M in the buzzsaw. That's my buzzsaw. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like this team will be chippier despite losing, 36 minutes, 37 points of production. Mac, your thoughts on the Broncos?
Yeah, I mean, they struggled last year. It was year 1 of Dwayne Stevens, a Tom Izzo disciple. I think they're a year away, but I think that they're going to be feisty this year. I kind of like them as a dog this year that will back in February. I think they're going to take a step from the basement and maybe get out of the basement this year.
Getting out of the basement and something we're waiting on. Noah, you're recording from your basement, right?
Correct. Yeah. And
are you really?
No, I'm in my personal room.
Okay.
But dude, I think they're still in the basement. Beardus White has started 66 games with the Broncos. He was an all-MAC honorable mention in 2021 after averaging 14.3 points a game during the COVID shortened year. Then he kind of regressed in his 3rd season. His scoring output cut pretty much in half. And then he missed all of last year. Coach Stevens probably hopes that he can return to his original form to lead this team in scoring. But I don't know how logical that's going to be, because the season before his season-ending injury, he had taken a huge step back. So one positive for Western Michigan is that their front court should be solid. Anthony Crump, the former NIU Husky, and Titus Wright are seniors that were both efficient scorers and attack the glass well. So that's your positive point for the Broncos here, but I've got them 10th in the MAC.
Oh, so I guess we're at that point where we just got to start rattling off our pecking order in the MAC. So, I mean, you have 2 divisions, but let's just rank them the way we're not going to go. Should we go division by division? What do you think?
Nah, just do like a power rankings. I say, let's not switch it just because one conference chooses to be different.
So at number 12, I will go with, I think after all that
it's
shit
Central.
talk, I think you're right.
Chips.
I think you're right.
Chips.
I think you're
Put 'em
right.
there.
I think it's
Put
the
'em in
chips at number
timeout.
12.
Put 'em in the corner.
Yeah, I hyped them. All right, and look, CMU, you can Venmo me, and maybe I'll move you up a couple spots. I will be like Mel Kiper and take money to move people up. Yeah, I think 12. Same with. So we all agree on the dead last team in the MAC. Okay.
Yes.
At 11, I got Western Michigan.
I said they get out of the basement. That's out of the basement. 11.
Stellar. Buffalo's my 11th.
Woo!
The team's young.
I mean, no, that's my number 10. Is Buffalo. Mac, your number 10?
Buffalo.
I have Western.
Okay, so we got a little change there.
The basement's cemented. We have the foundation for the MAC.
Yes. At number 9, I got Bowling Green.
I do too. Same. Todd Simon, year 1, number 9.
All right, so the foundation, the cement goes 4 spots down. We all have Bowling Green in that.
At number 8, man, I want to take a future on them, but no, I got you know what? No. I'm going Miami, Ohio.
Oh.
I don't trust Travis Steele. I thought he did a terrible job with Xavier personally. I thought that team was way more talented than their final results every year. Give me Miami, Ohio at number 8.
I got Eastern Michigan.
I have Ball State.
That's my number 7 is Ball State. Mac?
I got Northern Illinois at 7.
That's low, in my opinion. I have Eastern at 7.
I have Eastern at 6. Eastern Michigan at 6, that is.
I got Ball State at 6.
Miami, Ohio at 6.
Oof. We're way off on a couple things there. At number 5 for me is the Toledo Rockets.
I got Miami of Ohio.
NIU.
NIU is my number 4.
I don't think they crack it. I got Toledo at 4.
I got Toledo at 4. Culture.
At number 3, I got Kent State. Mac?
I got Kent State as well.
Kent State for me too.
At number 2, I got the Akron Zips. Mac?
Yeah, I went Akron too. I thought about the other team, the other rival, but I'm going to take them to win the league.
Noah?
I have Akron winning the league, guys. I have the Bobcats too.
Boom.
Well, we have the Bobcats baby. 1 to win the tournament.
Neither of us went chalk, or none of us went chalk. Kent State plus 260.
That's who you got winning the tournament?
No, none of us went chalk winning the regular season with Kent State plus 260.
Yeah, but who do we got winning the tournament? I have the Akron Zips upsetting Ohio and making the big dance. Mac?
I usually John Gross is good at the tournament, but this guy's won 3 straight regular seasons and they've choked. Give me Toledo under the radar to win the tournament. Let's go Rockets.
I like it. Noah, what are you doing here?
Yeah, fucking he took my exact angle because I had read something on the offseason that Kowalczyk, I believe he was contemplating retirement after last season. It was like a dream run. He loved the guys that he had, and 3 regular season titles in a row. The program's been so good under his reign. I think it was something in the article. It was like, it's always the year that you never expect it. The guy that was interviewing him. And I truly believe that. Like, I think the year that they fly under the radar, the year that maybe their team's not the best on paper, they don't have an NBA draft pick in Ryan Rollins or the guys that came before them. But I think Toledo gets it done. Toledo is my tournament champion.
Look, with all due respect, Marty Schottenheimer, everyone, rest in peace to the great Marty Schottenheimer, but he never got it done. Sometimes there's a reason why you don't get it done. All right. And I'm not shitting on the guy. I'm just saying sometimes it's just the way it is. All right, folks, this is the college basketball experience. And look, I guess we didn't do biggest disappointment.
Oh yeah. Bust.
The bust is to me, Miami, Ohio.
I got Ball State as the bust.
I'm gonna go Northern Illinois. I think everybody's gonna be high on them.
Whew.
They're my sleeper.
All right.
Yeah.
Folks, subscribe to the College Basketball Experience. We are breaking down all 31 conferences before the season tips on November 5th. Or, well, the season tips November 6th. We'll have an episode talking about every game on November 5th. That's right around the corner, folks. So get your little Halloween candy, all right? And get ready. You're going to need that sugar to stay out late and get these winners from old Dundee and the company. All right? Look, give Noah a follow on Twitter. Noah hosts the College Baseball Experience as well, and he's always working behind the scenes, driving that LeBaron. All right, give him a follow on Twitter at Noah70 or Noah B77_. Moneyline Mac hosts the college or the Big 12 College Experience and the Ryan and Rush Show. Check it out. Subscribe. Give him a follow on Twitter at Moneyline_Mac, and I'm on Twitter at TheColbyD. Give me a follow. All that good stuff. Folks, we'll be back with more episodes, more conferences, so stick around. All right, the College Basketball Experience always here to stay. When the season tips, we're here every single night of the season. Check out the Sports Gambling Podcast. Check out the College Football Experience. Check out the FCS College Football Experience, the Big 12 College Experience, all that good stuff. Until next time, folks, this is the College Basketball Experience. You better start thinking about yours, and we out of here.
Spit my darts, you get ripped apart. Save the cookie cutter butter for 106 apart. Cause of your liquor will I sip your heart. You never done